So hi, this is AJ. It's what is today? The 12th daylight savings time. So I lost an hour last night. But anyway, I'm gonna come out this morning, take a walk around the garden, kind of see what's going on, and give you guys a tour. My last video, I came out and showed the compost, and I thought it was done cooking, but it was still going. So I came out that day, uncovered it, turned it around, added a little bit more water because it dried out. Then let's see what's going on. So this is my usual technique. I'll just kind of dig out. Oh man, it's still cooking. So that's good. It's still cooking. It's not as hot as it was, but I don't know if you can see that steam coming off. It's steaming pretty good. So I'm gonna do the usual. I'm gonna turn it over. I'll probably move it that way. So I'll turn it over, put a quick time lapse on that, and then move on to the rest of the garden. I am a little bit lazy. I'm just gonna use the garden hose from my deck and just get a little bit more moisture in it. That's the thing about San Antonio, is everything just dries out here so quick. You might see that little black container I have over there. Usually if we get a little bit of rain, that thing will fill up, and I'll use that to add additional water because it's right next to the compost. But I have my other hose system set up to something else right now, and I haven't connected my sprinkler to help wet the pile, so I'm just gonna do this. All right. So we'll come out here, kind of see what's going on. This thing here, I forget what it's called. It's a variegated like milkweed. It's a weed, but it looks pretty cool. It's naturally variegated with those white lines in there. So I'm just gonna leave that there just because it looks cool. At some point, I might cut it down, but we'll see. So garlic's still going okay. This isn't the greatest spot. I don't get a whole lot of sun here. I'm trying some green onions, but they're not doing so great. And if you see this white powder anywhere, that's diatomaceous earth. So I was having some issues with some pill bugs. So hopefully that's gonna resolve some of that. The sage is looking strong. It smells so good too. Like if you just dry that out and put it by the front of your house, it looks great. Thyme is looking good. This garlic's looking good. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. I started taking some of the oaks that are kind of just naturally popping up in my yard, and I'm just putting them here in the compost for a while. I'm gonna put those in some pot and kind of see how they do. But the one, I might have brought this up in a previous video, but all my plans backfired this year, as they usually do with gardening, right? So I thought, man, I'm gonna get ahead of the bugs, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time building this little system over here with this netting, and it's gonna save all my squash. So I put a ton of squash in here, and as you can see, there's no squash. Yeah, I got one half-eaten squash, and the rest of them are all gone. All the other green stuff are lentils and some garlic here. So my plan's completely out the window. And the ironic thing is, I did this in two areas. I did it here, and then I also did it over on the other side here. I think I have one survivor on this side. So I know the pill bugs got that one, and this one here is surviving. I put a bunch of diatomaceous earth around there. Probably need to put a little bit more because I've wet it down. But the weird thing is, I thought, okay, I'm gonna plant all this stuff here, and these are gonna be my thriving squash. And then I'm gonna put sacrificial squash in other places. So everywhere where I put a sacrificial squash, in my wood chips, I put one there, I put one here, I put one there, I put one there, a few other places. They're all thriving. So I don't know what's going on with that. So if I haven't mentioned this earlier, my channel isn't a channel on how to do it. It's more of a channel on what I'm doing and what works and what doesn't work. So I don't know what happened with this netting. I'll try again. Maybe I'll just buy some stuff from the nursery and put it in there. But that just, I don't know. All my plans backfired on that one. So we'll see what else is going on. The raspberries, I can see the new shoots starting to pop up kind of over there. I think I might have to trim these back. If you know, I think I'm supposed to trim those back. I just haven't done the research. But I'll start to cut those back a little bit. My sugar snap peas, I believe these are, or beans, are starting to pop up and go. I'm just giving them a little bit of a trellis to get to the fence here. Then my sunflowers are doing pretty good. So I'm hoping this whole area here will be like beautiful sunflowers. Last year I put them in a little too late and they died out with the heat, so I wasn't able to make it. What else we got going on? some more sugar snap peas. I put a whole bunch of beans, pole beans down here. They haven't sprouted up yet, so I'm waiting to see what goes on with that. My fig tree is, the buds are starting to pop out a little bit, so that's nice. This thing will pop up. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can see one down here. So a lot of things are starting to come to life right now. My comfrey, again, if you haven't used comfrey or know about comfrey, I highly recommend this stuff. You just pull off a leaf and you can just put it down here and it'll break down, and just wonderful things. So I'm going to create another video on that. I just placed an order from renewedhomestead.com, and I have that comfrey coming in, and it just comes in little roots. So you'll get these little roots, you put them in the ground, and then comfrey will grow up. So I'll talk about what I do with that in another video coming up. The pomegranate tree is going really good this year too. So these are really, really cheap. If you're looking at a local nursery, they grow, they provide good shade, and then you'll get your pomegranates. So these were brand new trees last year that I put in the ground, and I intentionally picked all of the pomegranates early so that it would put all of its energy back in the roots. So hopefully that paid off. This tree is doing pretty good. The one next to it doesn't get as much sun as this one, so I think that's why it's not doing so well. And then the garlic right next to it, this is another permaculture trick that I've learned about it, like planting a series of guilds. So having garlic down by the base of trees and other plants should help with some pest control management issues. I'm pretty sure if there's not one, there's a few coral snakes living in there. So I always got to be careful when I go over there. I've seen one slither around. I'm pretty sure it's a coral snake, and they move pretty quick. But you got that red on black and black on red. It wasn't quick enough. My wife saw him one day too, and she just ran. So we haven't identified completely what that is. That is something. I threw a whole bunch of seeds out here, and stuff's gonna pop up. I don't know what's gonna pop up, but we'll see what happens. Again, the pomegranates are doing good. More different seeds that I threw in there. These oaks are just going nuts this year. So I'm guessing, I didn't get oaks like this last year, but I'm guessing because of all the wood chips that I put down, I've just created this like fungal dominant soil area here, which trees love. So again, I'm gonna go out and pull these out before they root too much and put them in some pots, or maybe I'll just put them out in the green space there and let them grow up. We'll see. But more squash, more comfrey. And that comfrey, when it grows up, it'll be like this high. It'll have purple flowers. It's gonna look really, really nice. Blueberries are still doing their thing. They're starting to bud out a little bit more. More comfrey, squash. And then on down the line, the blueberries are still starting to pop out. So this, I do know I have to come out here and trim some of that stuff off. This here is a hazelnut that I planted as a bare root. And if you've never planted bare root trees, that's really the way to go if you can find them. I think I ordered these from the Chief River Nursery, but I don't really know how well they'll do here, but it was like $4 for them. So I threw a few of them in. If it doesn't take, then I still have this whole mulch ring that I can use for other types of things. And then inside my garage, I have all of my seedlings. So I'm getting ready to put those in, but I just looked at the weather forecast and it looks like we're getting some really cold weather next week. So I'll keep my eye on that. If it stays in the 40s, I'll probably put them in the ground. If it goes much lower than that, then I might not. I'll do something different. And the final thing, I'll take a look. All this garlic is still doing good. The apple tree is doing good. Is my asparagus. So again, that's coming up pretty good. These things are, this is my second or third year on this one. So that's pretty good. I might trim one of these back. And I made a video the other day. I just use leaves as mulch. If you have a property like I have, where you have enough land to do something like this, just get bags of leaves and throw them down, because it keeps all the moisture in there. What I do is I really wet the ground down really good, and then I throw all these leaves on there. I have bags and bags of them over there. But these oak leaves, they won't break down unless you compost them. So it's a great, cheap, or not even cheap, it's free resource. Here's another asparagus starting to pop up. It's looking pretty good. So I'll let this one come all the way up, get its energy back into the roots. The other stuff is looking good. And the same thing, wow, this one, I need to tie this one over. And so what I do is I just put bamboo poles in here and just tie up the strings. That way it'll keep it kind of level. I probably need to put another one in there. But anyway, that's it. That's what's going on with the garden right now. So hopefully you enjoy watching this kind of stuff, and you can follow me along the journey as I start to plant everything in here, and you can kind of watch it grow up. So thanks for following along, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.